Chapter 0. The story begins with the sound of someone begging for just one success. Amidst the backdrop of noises, we hear someone slashing at what seems to be a part of a demon. The man pleads for a solitary success, just this once. Then, with a sound, a sudden boom follows, propelling the man forcefully and embedding him into the wall. As the demonic figure approaches the man lodged in the wall, he notices his sword impaled in the demon's body. Seizing the opportunity, he slashes the demon in half. The man bellows in agony, realizing that no one remains in that inferno except him and the monster that incessantly respawns. He can be seen desperately pleading for something. In swift succession, a pop-up materializes, bearing the message, Level 4 Demon Dog eliminated. A parallel notification swiftly follows, proclaiming the man's acquisition of experience. A series of comparable pop-ups ensue, conveying the accumulation of ample experience points, signaling readiness for an upgrade. A gleam of satisfaction illuminates the man's expression as the pop-up, reading "You have gained a level," materializes within his line of sight. Regrettably, a glitch emerges, accompanied by an error prompt, disrupting the seamless progression of events. This unforeseen hiccup momentarily dampens the man's spirits, injecting an air of uncertainty into his evolving narrative. In the subsequent scene, a distinct plop sound resonates, accompanied by a pop-up signaling the demotion of the man, previously identified as Hanbin Ryu, from Level 4 Swordsman to Level 1 Swordsman. The man lowers his head, succumbing to tears of agony. Then, another pop-up emerges, suggesting that he must attain Level 5 to progress to the next region. The man pleads hopelessly for his release, recounting how, at the outset, he tried to mark the days spent there, as if he were still back in Korea. For over 10 years, the man relentlessly fought. Throughout this period, he vanquished countless demons. There were moments when he felt his motivation wane due to pop-ups like "Caution, your probability of surviving Selha-Latna with your current abilities is less than 5%, and he was even prompted to admit defeat and embrace death. Nonetheless, he battled tirelessly, not for a year, not for 2, nor even for 5 or 7 years, but for more than a decade. Hanbin declares that he has long ceased counting the days, yet he emphasizes his growth and strength during his enduring solitude within that world. In the epilogue section, the scene transitions to a location that appears rather reminiscent of the real world. Within a desolate alley, we hear someone refusing someone or something. A woman emitting a demonic aura growls, asserting that the goddess will not grant forgiveness. This woman is not alone, she is accompanied by a man. The man implores her to cease her actions. The woman counters, stating that it has been a considerable amount of time since she last had the opportunity to kill. The man offers a word of caution, explaining that if they are apprehended by the 5 Latnians, the situation will turn dire. The woman attempts to convey her disagreement with the man's request, but he interrupts her before she can finish her sentence. He assures her that she will have more chances to kill after they complete the mission that they have been assigned. Relenting, the woman agrees with the man's perspective, acknowledging that they simply need to locate an individual. She further adds that this individual is the one arriving from Earth. The first chapter concludes as these 2 individuals exit the alley, which now appears to be consumed by flames. Chapter 1. Chapter 1 starts by showing us a really tough world called Selha-Latna. Only some special people get taken to this place. These people have one job, to stay alive and get stronger. They have to face many hard challenges. In this harsh world, staying alive isn't just something they want, it's something they need. In the next part, we witness a dog-like creature sinking its teeth into a human's hands. The guy manages to dodge the attack, but he's left baffled by what's happening. He's wondering where he is and why this dog-like thing is coming after him. With the dog relentlessly attacking, he doesn't have a moment to make sense of his situation. All he's certain of is that if he doesn't fight back, this dog will end him. He picks up a stone and hits the dog with it, knocking it down to the ground. The scene shifts, showing him checking to see if the dog is down for good. Unfortunately, the dog isn't out of the game yet. It inches closer to the man. He raises his voice, warning the dog to stay back and questioning why it's attacking him. Out of thin air, a notification pops up right in front of the man's face. It reveals that the dog is a level 1 hell dog, the weakest monster in Selha-Latna. This dog's power is kind of like that of a regular adult guy without any special gear. Then, another pop-up shows up, giving info that the player can get stronger by beating tougher monsters and gaining experience. Now, this poor guy's confused by all these terms like level, strength, level up, and experience. He's frustrated, blurting out, What in the world is that pop-up blabbering about? He even wonders aloud if he's somehow gotten stuck inside a fantasy video game. His curiosity burns, and he wants to pinpoint the exact moment when things took a turn for the weird. He recollects his earlier routine of gradually waking up around noon, wondering if his habits could be labeled as laziness. During that period, Hanbin had recently completed his mandatory military service, a mere 3 months prior. He felt justified in taking some time to relax after his service, anticipating a smooth transition into society's fabric. Yet, the ensuing 3 months following his discharge remained a foggy abyss. Hanbin reflects that even throughout his 2 years of military duty, he sensed little change within himself. It appeared that he had come to terms with his reality, coasting through monotonous days one after another. Suddenly, an enigmatic mist materializes seemingly out of nowhere, enveloping Hanbin entirely. Just as abruptly, the mist dissipates, leaving behind an empty chair where Hanbin once sat. It's as if the mist swallowed him up and then vanished, leaving no trace. The narrative shifts into a grayscale reality, accompanied by a voice declaring, "All the chosen ones have been gathered." Hanbin finds himself questioning whether he's entered the realm of the deceased. Another voice raises the query of why the selected individuals are so few, considering there were 7 billion candidates to choose from. Murmurs from the crowd speculate whether this voice belongs to a deity. The conversation continues, with a consensus forming that, despite the vast pool of candidates, only a handful emerged as chosen ones. Amidst the cacophony, Hanbin grapples with confusion, struggling to comprehend the meaning behind these voices. A new voice, which appears to hold authority, instructs the transmission of guidelines to all the players. Another voice, seemingly subordinate, voices reservations, deeming the operation too artificial. At the mention of artificial, Hanbin's musings turn to the possibility that it might be a person, not a deity, responsible for his capture. The master, a voice emanating wisdom, reassures the subordinate that the chosen method will suffice as motivation and guidance, as it has proven effective with past chosen ones. The subordinate acknowledges, initiating the transmission of guidelines. The subsequent scene reveals a beam of light piercing through the chosen ones, causing them visible distress. Amidst the anguish, the subordinate acknowledges an error in the guidelines. However, this mistake is brushed aside and attributed to impacting only a single individual. The subordinate proceeds to initiate dimensional transport for the chosen one designated as number 398. As the layers of this mysterious world continue to peel away, the reader is drawn deeper into the enigma surrounding Hanbin Ryu and the intricacies of his unexpected situation. As the scene transitions, Hanbin's voice resounds with affirmation, he is indeed the chosen one. Within the realm of Thelhala Rathna, our gaze falls upon Hanbin as he confronts and conquers the very same level 1 demon dog that once assailed him. Fueled by frustration, Hanbin's fury finds expression as he relentlessly strikes the dog with what appears to be a stone, his curses punctuating each blow. The air is filled with tension as his determination propels him forward. In a manner reminiscent of earlier occurrences, a vibrant yellow pop-up emerges, echoing the previous notifications, yet now conveying a different outcome. This time, it proclaims the Hell Dog's demise, adding that Hanbin's actions have led to its extermination. The pop-up further announces a rewarding development. Hanbin has garnered a total of 13 experience points. Filled with uncertainty, Hanbin poses a profound question: is this bizarre world his reality? He's plagued by thoughts of his life, his parents, and the mundane details he's left behind. Just 3 months have passed since his discharge, and he laments not having experienced a romantic relationship yet. His voice trembles with the weight of his inquiries: why, among countless individuals who managed to dodge military service, was chosen for this bewildering role? A familiar yellow pop-up reappears, this time delivering a cautionary message that his current abilities grant him less than a 5% chance of surviving within Thelha Rathna. Hanbin's frustration manifests as he strikes out at the pop-up, a physical embodiment of his inner turmoil. He ponders if this is a test of his conscience, or perhaps a cruel jest played by fate. The pop-up's query about ending his own life echoes in his mind. Hanbin contemplates logically and engages in a self-dialogue. He resolutely acknowledges that those who abducted an ordinary person and cast them into an alien world, forcing them to slay monsters for experience, wouldn't release him even in death. He realizes he must battle these monsters if he wishes to escape this inferno. Amidst the gravity of his musings, Hanbin finds a hint of irony in the pop-up's query about self-termination. Strengthening his resolve, he shifts his focus to brainstorming strategies for survival in this harrowing environment. Suddenly, a pop-up appears once more, heralding that the Chosen One has unearthed his determination and fighting spirit, subsequently augmenting his strength. This turning point for Hanbin marks the convergence of his mental fortitude and newfound resolve, shaping the trajectory of his journey in this bewildering realm. A pop-up appears, presenting Hanbin with a pivotal decision: the choice of a single skill. Hanbin finds himself contemplating if this prompt is urging him to select a class, realizing that battling solely with his bare fists may not be a sustainable approach. His mind races, envisioning the necessity of diversifying his capabilities in this unforgiving world. Among the pop-ups, one catches his eye, detailing a melee class called Warrior. In this specialization, the warrior's arsenal hinges on an enigmatic resource called aura. This skill set enables the warrior to wield an array of martial arts techniques in combat against the formidable monsters that roam this realm. A quizzical expression creeps onto Hanbin's face as he processes the information before him. His thoughts surface, murmuring a sentiment that while such an idea might be enjoyable within the confines of a game, it holds a very different reality when faced head-on in actual life. Another pop-up surface, introducing a magician class fueled by a resource called mana, where wielders can command 6 distinct magical attributes. With hopeful anticipation, Hanbin opts for the magician class, only to be met with rejection due to his lack of capability. He exclaims his disbelief, echoing the notion that class selection hinges upon one's inherent skills. He tries the magic swordsman route, only to face yet another refusal. Undeterred, he selects the healer class, only to encounter rejection once more. Frustration rises within him, and he voices his sense of premonition. Amidst a chime of ding ding ding, the class selection pop-up signals acceptance into the warrior class. Hanbin is prompted to choose a beginner's weapon. Recognizing the need for distance to survive, he leans towards a weapon resembling a long spear. However, the prompt declares his selection to be a long sword, a decision that leaves Hanbin wide-eyed and vociferous in his dismay. He vehemently protests, demanding the long spear instead. A glitch interrupts the pop-up, displaying an error. Hanbin's frustration peaks, prompting him to question the error's nature, only for the pop-up to vanish. His memory resurfaces, recalling the subordinate's admission of a mistake. Gripping his head in anguish, Hanbin bitterly asserts that even the guidelines, his sole lifeline, aren't free from errors. A maddened laughter escapes him as he defiantly declares his aversion to conforming to the whims of those responsible. Amidst this emotional turmoil, Hanbin embraces his fate, shifting his perspective to a more positive light. Grateful for the upgrade from his previous rock, he acknowledges the sword as an improvement. Lost in introspection, he remarks that this marks the commencement of his unending journey of leveling up within this harrowing existence. The following scene captures Hanbin's determination as he endeavors to master the art of swordplay. According to Hanbin Ryu, it has been 7 days since he was brought to Felnarafna. Hanbin in a frustrated tone says that he has asked Guideline countless times about the way he could go back home and the Guideline has remained silent. He wonders if all the misery he is going through was caused by a bug in the system. But either the reason, he believes in fighting in order to live. He lands a strong blow on the hell dog that he was fighting. Hanbin curses toward the demon and dares to stop him and not run away. Hanbin has learnt a lot of things in the 7 days he was here. He mentions one of his observations that the monsters he fights are always the hell dogs. He has learned so far, it's that those hell dogs also level up as he grows himself in strength and durability. A hell dog of level 2 is seen looking towards Hanbin and hissing. He adds that the dogs are quite intelligent along with their raw strength, as after he swings his sword, the hell dog uses that opportunity to rush in and attack him. He, in a frustrated tone, screams what kind of dog uses its head. He wonders if it is getting used to fighting him just as he is getting used to fighting those monsters. Hanbin, with full of energy, jumps towards the hissing hell dog. The hell dog easily dodges the attack. With a weird expression in his face, Hanbin expresses disappointment towards himself that he has no talent with the sword at all. The dog jumps toward Hanbin. Seeing the dog is approaching hot, Hanbin slowly and sturdily holds his sword back in a position to stab the incoming dog. Hanbin stabs dog right through its body with an immense force. The same yellow pop-up pops up announcing that level 2 dog has been exterminated. The pop-up also rewards him with his 22 experience point that he gained by killing the level 2 hell dog. Another similar overlapping pop-up shows that his experience point has grown up to 262 points out of 280 points in total. Finally, a pop-up with information in favor of Hanbin pops up. It states that level of Hanbin Ryu has also increased to level 2 swordsman. Hanbin mentions that he finally got a skill when he became level 2. Hanbin releases a sigh of relief that he finally won. He is confident that even though he has not learned to handle a sword in a proper way, his stab skill can be executed so easily. In the next scene we hear Hanbin inside a cave and he mentions that the only work of guideline is to inform him about the things in Thelna Rafna. The guideline contains information about hell dog's meat. It is clarified that the meat of hell dog contains fats and essential amino acids. It is recommended to be eaten after it is cooked perfectly. The guideline also mentions that hell dog's blood contains moisture, carbohydrates, fibers, and essential minerals. Hell dog's blood is recommended as a drink. That's why hell dogs are considered to be the perfect food in that world, even though they are really violent in nature. Hanbin mentions that their teeth and claws become dull and cannot be used soon after. He is sure that that place was definitely artificially created. He believes that there is a reason why he was brought here, because it would not make sense for them to keep him stuck there for nothing. He remembers the time when the strange sound demanded to know why there were so less chosen ones out of 7 billion candidates. He wonders where the other chosen ones were sent. With a chime, the yellow pop-up appears in front of his face. The pop-up states that he can leave the current area, the Rock Mountains, once he reaches level 5. It is made clear that he will be able to meet up with the other chosen ones. He is surprised by the mention of the name of the place. He exclaims with surprise that if it mentioned something about Rock Mountains. The guideline or the yellow pop-up shows him the details about the Rock Mountains. It is mentioned that Rock Mountains is a starting safe zone where death rate is lower and gaining more experience is more efficient. It is states that only low-level monsters roam there in Rock Mountains. It is made clear that Rock Mountains is an area in Thelna Rafna where the chosen ones can learn about their situation and grow to level 5. It is further added that stat-matching monsters only appear in safe zone like Thelna Rafna. He is asked to meet up with other chosen ones in his current area within the Thelna Rafna. According to guideline, once he reaches level 20, then he will be able to complete the Thelna Rafna map, and then he could be able to travel to Rafna continent. Hanbin freaks out once he gets to know that the area he is currently in is an area where newbie players can raise their levels to level 5. He sounds somewhat relieved once he is informed that after he reaches to level 5 then Ha can go to the next area where he can party up with the other chosen ones up to level 20. It is revealed that once Hanbin reaches level 20, then he will be transported to Rafna continent where the real fight will take place. In the meantime, when Hanbin was wondering what he has to in Rafna continent, the guideline glitches again and shows error. Not that guideline made it clear, Hanbin is certain that hell dogs also level up. He is grateful about the info he was provided, but he still wants to know about a way to go back home. Hanbin, in a disappointed tone, says he can't trust his guideline. Hanbin is determined to get to level 5 and leave that shithole to meet other chosen ones and gather more information. Hanbin went out and started hunting the hell dogs after he made a commitment to himself. Hanbin cursed towards the dog in pain when the dog bit his hands. Hanbin says that it did not get easier when killing the hell dogs as it is because the hell's dogs are also as strong as him. Guideline mentions that he has gained 22 experience and his current experience is 284 out of 280. Guideline adds that Hanbin has met the number of required experience to gain a new level. It is mentioned that Hanbin is leveled up to level 2 where he learned the side-slash skill. He says that he continued to face the ever-growing hell dogs. Guideline mentions that hell dog of level 3 possessed the strength similar to an unequipped novice warrior. Hanbin fought ferociously against the hell dog level 3. He got injured so many times, but at last he slayed the level 3 hell dog. He finally killed the level 3 hell dog. This cycle of fighting the hell dog, getting injured, hell dog getting killed and being eaten as a food continued over again and against. This cycle went on for a while and there are so many guidelines mentioning that he exterminated so many hell dogs of level 3 and level 4. The dog headbutted Hanbin and he fell off at a distance from the head of the hell dog. He jumped back up and landed a string blow on the hell dog with his side-slash skill. It is mentioned that Hanbin has gained 81 experience points. It is mentioned that Hanbin has met the number of experience points. It is stated that Hanbin will now gain a level at the end of 27th day. Hanbin mentions that he learned 3 basic skills like stabbing, side slashing, or vertical slashing during that period of time. Not only that, he has begun to see the effect of the stats he has gained as well. He admires his physique and says that it's a physique of a man at his finest. He mentions that even the 2-handed longsword that was difficult to lift at first could now be easily swung. He says that in that world, one could see the results of their hard work. He mentions that it was what he thought as the guideline glitches again and demoted Hanbin Ryu from level 4 swordsman to level 1 swordsman. He mentions that the guideline is again spazzing out. He seems carefree as it's just the message, and he also adds that it is the bugged level pop-up message. Hanbin tries to look through his stats and finds that all of his stats were reset to level 1, but his skills were still there. He asks in panic if the guideline is saying that Hanbin is level 1 again. Hanbin mentions that at first, he tried to look at things optimistically. He states that since that was the safe zone, it meant that the Hell Dogs would also be level 1 too. He tries to argue that he can just get more stats more easily. He tries to look for things that could make him calm. He tries to calm himself down as he is freaking out inside. He exclaims that it was fucking awesome that he could speedrun his stats. However, according to Hanbin, Hell Dogs got only stronger from that point. The Hell Dogs kept growing stronger despite their levels. He continued to put his life on the line with each fight. Every time he reached to level 4, he was demoted back to level 1. The guideline kept glitching repeatedly. Every time he thought he was closer to getting to level 4, he was demoted back to level 1. But the Hell Dogs kept growing ever stronger. He begs for success for just one time. He gets stuck into the infinite loop of "you will now gain a level, error, and demotion to level 1. He kept killing the Hell Dogs that continued to grow stronger and kept checking for his experience. He says that he has not level 77 experience to level up to level 5. He is hopeful this time that he will succeed, as it is his 7th time fighting the Hell Dog, and his people say lucky 7. Hanbin kept running through levels 1 to 4 in an endless cycle. As chosen ones have a strong recovery ability, he gets healed of his injuries in a single day. That is the reason for the eternal youth of chosen ones. He says that returning back to level 1 did not decrease his stats, but he could not learn a new skill as he could not get past level 4. Hanbin mentions that as the Hell Dog crawled out of there itself, he seems like he is quite lucky that day. Hell Dogs only got stronger as Hanbin's stats continued to increase. According to the system, the monsters were placed there to help chosen ones to get stronger. Hanbin calls out the system and says that the Hell Dogs are there so that the chosen ones can just kill them. Hanbin asks how can someone kill something that's already dead. Hanbin says that he is also dead from inside and nobody can kill him anymore, with a grin in his face. Then we hear the subordinate sound again, which says guideline transmit to chose ones is completed. It commences Jaren Rathna 5th operation. The sound says that it has gotten quite used to it since it is its 5th time doing that. He says even if that was another world, players would normally take it most a year to clear it. The sound is revealed to be coming from an unknown white figure. The white figure hopes that there are some useful players around that time. He stumbles upon a world. He wonders if it was disposed or broken. He finds it quite suspicious. The figure looks at a photo where it is said that Hanbin Ryu was currently logged into Thelnarathna. Hanbin opens his eyes and he finds himself lying on his bed. He asks if he is back home. He says it makes sense as he just got discharged. He sleeps some more. With a chime, the yellow pop-up of guideline materializes in Hanbin's room. Hanbin is alerted and he jerks himself and wakes up before accepting to give up. Hanbin says that he killed demon dogs like crazy for last 10 years. He seems content that he survived that day too. Hanbin has gotten strong enough that he would not die even if he fell from high up of the cliff. Hanbin is frustrated that all he has done is not die. The guideline again pops up in front of his face and demotes him back to level 1. He wonders if he could call that living. He wonders if he should just end it by accepting the death wish. A loud boom sound comes from somewhere. He says that he has countlessly thought about just accepting the death wish and end his misery. Hanbin wonders if he just kills himself there, then is there any guarantee that he'd be able to go back home? Hanbin wonders even if it does not let him leave, would it be better to just die rather than keep living that way? He says to himself if he is going to die anyway, he wants to kill one more Hell Dog. He slashes the Hell Dog right through its mid. He gave up counting the days when he hit the 10-year mark after he was dropped into that world. He wonders how much time has passed since then. He asks whether it has been 5 years or 7 years or more. He never sat on his ass, but always found a hobby to keep surviving. He says that now he has daily chores for him to do. He says that it is not easy to survive alone. He adds that the harsh environment in Thelnaratna does not allow laziness. He questions if that was the reality for him forever. The sword Hanbin holds fits perfectly in his hand. Hanbin has accepted Thelnaratna to be his reality. He says that if situation cannot be changed, then he has to take each his day as it comes and do what he can. Since the rock mountains had nothing but rocks and dogs, Hanbin says that he had to make things for himself using the hell dogs and rocks. He built his house in Thelnaratna using the bones of hell dogs and stones found there. He says that he devoted himself to living each day. The weather of Rock Mountain is as great as ever. Hanbin is no longer filled with rage. The hell dog swings its hands towards Hanbin. Hanbin does not even buzz from his position. Hanbin amputates the limb of the hell dog. As Hanbin is cleaning himself, he says that it took him 3 years to build that house. Hanbin looks so calm yet so terrifying that even the hell dog is terrified for its life. Hanbin draws his sword out calmly and threatens the dog that he is going to use its bones to build a new house as the old house was destroyed by him. These days all he gets are those huge demon dogs. He complains that the demon dogs are loud and they don't even taste good. Even the hell dog is huge and fat, it was quite fast to escape. When hunting continuously for those demon dogs, Hanbin noticed an attack pattern. The hell dogs begin with a melee attack when the fight starts. The huge white hell dog rises up in the sky and fires a dragon's breath towards Hanbin. Hanbin looks confused as the recent dog broke the attack pattern. Instead of beginning with a melee attack, it directly started with a special move. The dragon breath of hell dog lands on the ground with a large blast. The hell dog is spraying its dragon breath all around Hanbin. The hell dog lands to the ground with a loud thud. Hanbin is unable to avoid this hell dog's dragon breath as the dragon breath of this hell dog has so large area of impact. Hanbin just braces himself and blocks the attack of the hell dog. The dragon breath of the hell dog burnt the end of Hanbin's hair. Those hell dogs rapidly cast lightning, light and fire spells when they are surprised. Hanbin says that the lightning, light and fire spells cast by the hell dog come at him too fast and getting hit by the hurts him. That's why Hanbin creates an earth wall to fend off the fast approaching lightning, light and fire spells. After that attack of hell dog, Hanbin takes the advantage and decided to wrap it up. Hanbin just misses the attack and falls down screaming that he could never get the hand of swordsmanship. Hanbin kicked the mouth of the hell dog. Hanbin cannot level up as he is stuck in the level 1 to level 4 loop. Hanbin is frustrated that he could not learn any new skills. With the hundreds, thousands, and tens of thousands of times, he has used the 3 skills he has learned to use all 3 skills at once, which he named as Cross Impact, which is a triple skill attack. Even though it is not a real skill, not even one monster has survived after getting hit by Cross Impact. Hanbin seems content that he survived again that day. The white figure reappears, where Hanbin Ryu is revealed to be in Selhalatna as present time. He says that that is that guy who got the error that one time. The white figures wonders why the guy is still there. The white figure is confused that the location says Selhalatna. The generation right now is 5th generation Jaren Latna, the one before that, the 4th generation was Lohar Latna, and preceding that generation the 3rd generation was Selhalatna, which started 22 years ago. The white figure is worried he is in a big trouble and he does not have a good excuse if that person finds out. He is worried that he could not kill him either, so he wonder what he shall do. With the same chime, the stat table of Hanbin Ryu, who is ranked as level 4, reappears. The white figure is surprised that he has survived so long even though he is only level 4. The white figure says that his skills and stats are shitty too. The white figure says that he does not understand, but that might be for the best.
What lies ahead for them as they venture into this mystical world? What do you think will happen next? Don't forget to hit the like button, comment if you want to continue this series, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.